What's the best Wi-Fi name you've seen? I caused a small family panic when I named it Disconnected. The most notable, and my least favorite icon, Hebrew masturbating. I lived in an apartment with thin walls. I was really self-conscious after that. Carrot. Edit. Thanks for the awards and laughs. Stay safe, fellow Redditors. Silence of the LAN is a top contender for me. Rebellious Amish family. Totally safe Wi-Fi, no spyware. Promise and let it open, without password. Malware point eggs. 5G coronavirus test #1 strength. 500%. Try and embed in the modem. My younger brother set his mobile hotspot to hot singles in your area, and I'm never gonna get over it. We don't the Wi-Fi password was I don't know hilarious when anyone asked him how to get on his Wi-Fi. It was like a vaudeville routine. Free Wi-Fi. My favorite was, Mom, click here for internet. Wu-Tang LAN. I fucked Jenny, landlord's wife. I had a friend who had that. Hated his landlord, but the landlord couldn't find out which tenant was broadcasting it. The friend had it hooked up to a battery so the landlord couldn't cut the power to find out whose it was. This LAN is my LAN. Was at a church and some neighbor had Jesus has left the building. Lord of the Pings, password Legolas. Crack Shack, which wasn't exactly creative, but we later found out that the owners were arrested for selling drugs. My neighbor had two brothers chillin' in a hot tub. Is this the Krusty Krab? The password was Nothosis Patrick. When my brother was in the Air Force Reserve, I went to his house one day and say his Wi-Fi name was LAN of the Free. The best Wi-Fi name that I found led me on an elaborate adventure. It was called Help Girl Kidnapped Floor 9 App 30C. On the door of that apartment was a post-it note that instructed me to go into the basement, where there was a stash of free marshmallows. Grabbed enough to add into a cup of white hot chocolate. Chipotle, guess there's no Chipotle nearby. It burns when Ipe. Tell my Wi-Fi love her. That's what she SSID. Yalkadzjet off Milan. Miners panic. At the Cisco edit. Holy crap. Baby's first silver. Thank you. I install internet etc. for a living. Best one I ever came up with was for the Delta Phi sorority, Delta Wi-Fi. They loved it. For the longest time, I had my phone's hotspot name as Police Surveillance Tricycle. Turns out, it's a good way to get some people paranoid and have others amused over the whole thing when having it active during classes. Land Rover. House Lannister. Benjamin Franklin and Vladimir Putin. Go back to California, when I had just moved to Texas, and had CA plates on my car still. In my last apartment I named my Wi-Fi New England clam router, always liked that one. We are not allowed to have our own routers on campus, so I named mine AT&T Mobile Hotspot. My favorite is it's on the back of the router edit. On the back of the router it would say ask my name for password. Password. The password was Wi-Fi. One of my sons, probably about 12 or 13 at the time, friend's father set added a Wi-Fi channel named Free Internet Porn when his son had a birthday sleepover. The father then sat outside the area where they were sleeping and listened to them spend hours trying to figure out how to connect. My son called me that night asking how to connect to a Wi-Fi channel when you don't know the password because his friend forgot their password. I told him the only way was to guess. Evidently it kept them busy and out of trouble all night. Protected sex and unprotected sex for a British electronics store called sex.